Hi, everybody. This is John Novak. Stay tuned as we take America fishing on the Outdoor News Network. Each week, Sean Foxen, Phil Rice, and Sandy Rice travel this land of ours. We'll bring the excitement and beauty of the great outdoors into your living room. From deer, moose, and bears in Canada and the Pacific Northwest to halibut fishing in Alaska to a vacation paradise in Mexico, you'll see exciting fishing action, wildlife, how-to tips, guides, and tournament fishermen share their secrets. So stay tuned for some great adventures and all the news from the world of outdoors on the Outdoor News Network. This week, the Outdoor News Network travels to Admiralty Island in Alaska. We'll see some fantastic halibut fishing and a close-up look at the man who walks with bears. Keep a pencil and paper handy, too, for details on how you can enjoy this great Alaska action. Dale Anderson, owner of Admiralty Island Inn, welcomes you to the beauty of Alaska. With icy seas and icy summits and wide open spaces in a splendor of white, ice palaces climb and descend to become God's throne. An icy world, untracked, unnamed, and unknown. You are watching one of the greatest scenic areas of the North American continent, fabulous Alaska, our 49th and perhaps our most beautiful state. Our destination is southeast Alaska, just west of the state capital of Juneau, in the Funter Bay area at the north end of Admiralty Island, only 10 minutes by air from Juneau. This is an area famous for its giant halibut fishing, delicious Dungeness crabs gathered in the morning for a steamed, buttery dinner the same night, and the state's largest population of Alaskan brown bears. Other incredible attractions, such as bald eagles and humpback whales, are also plentiful at Admiralty Island. We'll headquarter at Admiralty Inn, a unique little resort where our host, Dale Anderson, along with Sandy Rice, is planning an adventure for the Outdoor News Network.
Dale, you sure have a beautiful spot here in southeast Alaska. I know you've traveled all over. What brings you to this place?
Well, our family moved here in 1953, so we've been in the area for plus or minus 35 years. And we've traveled all over the world. I've had unique opportunity of traveling for over 2 years on the road. Lived in Africa for a year, went as far away as Africa to find something better, but never did.
Always came back.
We always came back and have settled in this area, and I've started to raise my family here, and this is where we'll stay.
There's a certain mystique about Alaska, and I hear a lot about Admiralty Island, where you have your lodge right here. Hear a lot about the wildlife and the bears and the fishing.
Admiralty Island in 1978 was proclaimed a national monument, wilderness designation for the majority of the island. And so it is an island that's, in fact, the bear population is greater than the people population.
Yeah,
so
I can see that. I have not seen any other people since we've been here, which is sort of nice.
Yeah, it is. It's nice, great getaway.
Yeah. Well, you have a unique lodge. You've kept it small, and
yeah, we've chosen to keep it small because in a hustle bustle of life, I'm finding a lot of people wanting to get away from it all. And when you come to a lodge with a guest load of 6 people, there's not very many people you have to fight to get into.
Yeah, you've done a real nice job. It's real quiet and just seems to fit right in with the land right here.
That's very important to me. Heritage of the land, keeping things natural, environment, is those are probably the driving forces in my life right now as far as maintaining this lodge.
Well, you're a lucky man.
I am. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I noticed you have quite a difference in your tides. So how does that affect your fishing?
Tides are very important to us. I
can see right now your float plane's not floating.
We're not floating right now.
Yeah.
The fishing end of the deal is we fished about an hour before and about 2 hours after a tide change, particularly the low tide change.
So that's when the halibut bite during the low
Right.
tide?
That's when it congregates to feed. We fish a lot of rocky structure on the bottom, and in those tide sweeps is when the bait is held in those areas, and that's where the fish congregate.
Well, I sure enjoy fishing for halibut in Alaska, so
Let's do some.
we're going to try to break a world record, so I'm looking forward to that. That
Just
should be
one?
really interesting. Maybe a couple.
Okay, let's go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay, sounds good.
Plan your vacation around these fishing seasons. King salmon enter the rivers in May, June, and July, while silvers begin in late June, with the best fishing in August and September. These 2 months are also the best time to hook into the humpback salmon. For some exciting trout action, rainbows are good from May through September, as are the Dolly Varden trout. For the best of steelhead fishing on Admiralty Island's many rivers and streams, schedule your vacation for May. And to tangle with the cutthroat trout, July, August, and September are the most productive months. The excellent Pacific halibut fishing in these cold Alaskan waters just can't be topped, running from May all the way through September. The Dungeness crabs are also available during these months, with best catches made from June to September. The famous Alaskan king crabs make their best showing in August and September. After checking the IGFA World Record Book, the Outdoor News Network is setting out to conquer some halibut records on this trip. The first thing our crew does is strip off old line and replace it with new mono. When you go for record fish, you don't want to take a chance on losing it by using old, weak, or frayed line. The state record for Pacific halibut stands at well over 400 pounds, and fish in the 100 to 200 pound class are regularly caught in the Admiralty Island area. So there's lots of possibilities for record setting here. Let's go fishing. We'll be aboard one of Dale's 22-foot dory boats, working waters at the edge of Funter Bay and in the icy straits area. There have been several world records set here in recent years, and maybe we can add a couple to the list.
We're fishing on the 20-pound test here.
Okay, so this has got to be, this puts me in the 30-pound class.
30-pound class.
It's got to be over 58.5 pounds.
Right.
Do I have a good chance, you think?
Well, I don't know. We got a pretty good pull on this one, yeah?
Yeah.
You never know until they're here.
Yeah.
That's the exciting part here.
He's taken a couple of runs, but he's coming in pretty steady right now, but
Okay.
I'm trying not to muscle him too much. Is that right?
Right. We got the drag set pretty loose.
Okay.
Okay, and when you drop that down, then that's when you're the reel.
Okay.
So you just kind of ease it up, ease it up. With the 20-pound test now, everything's pretty light.
Okay.
Okay, and just make sure that there's no play in your line when you come down on it.
Okay.
Because anytime it plays in there, they snap
They
it.
can snap it. Okay.
Looking good.
Oh, good.
Playing it well.
So far, he doesn't even know I'm on the other end. Keep it that way, because he goes a little crazy. I know when he sees the boat.
We don't hope this is a he. We hope this
Or
is
it's
a
a
she.
she. Okay.
We want the big ones.
Okay. Come on, Mama Bertha.
This has got to be a big one. He's a lot harder to bring in than that other one.
We got a nice color right
Okay.
here. Coming up here. Okay, so
Yeah,
your
he
lead
looks
ball
good.
is there now. When you come to the top, I don't want that lead ball out here swinging around.
Okay.
When that head starts swapping.
Okay. I
That's-
think
that's-
she's taking.
She.
She.
Come on, let's get.
She's taking a little bit of
Broken
line
in.
there. Let me give her. Ease her on out.
Eat.
Come on, line. Hold up.
You just rip that.
Sandy's hoping to top the women's world record of 58.5 pounds in the 30-pound line category of the IGFA. It appears she has a fish over 70 pounds, easily topping the record. Let's see what happens.
She's not hooked real solid here.
Okay.
Just in the lip. We're gonna have to play this one real sweet.
Okay. You want that ball out of the water?
Okay, come on up with it now.
Here she comes. Come on, get it. Woo! Woo! Look at her! Woo!
Keep tipping the water. Keep tipping.
Here she goes.
Right.
Woo!
She just ripped. She just ripped the shark hook right out of her.
She
Okay,
is
just-
mad now.
And now she's not going to come up so easy. Now you got a bad line.
Oh, no. Look at that line she's taking out.
Well, that's worth another look. Here's the instant replay of that wild action again, only this time in slow motion. Dale gets a hook in the halibut's mouth and tries to lift the fish into the boat, but, well, the hook tears right through the mouth, and Sandy's going to have to bring this one to the boat all over again.
This Bertha halibut there she goes again. Oh. She's oh
Okay,
no,
keep
no,
reel,
no,
reel,
no,
reel,
no.
reel, reel.
She must be coming up.
Oh, my God. Oh, don't.
Come on, don't go away, don't go away.
Oh, that's it.
Is she swimming toward me? Either she's swimming toward me or she's gone.
I think she's gone, sweetheart.
No, no, no. No, no, no.
This could develop into another story of the one that got away.
She must have just ripped right out. Maybe not. I'm going to keep trying.
Where's the
She's
lead?
gone.
There's your lead. There's your hook. Lost her. One chance.
Oh, drat. Oh, no.
You win some, you lose some.
That was a good try. We'll do it again.
Okay, we can,
Oh. My arms are
I'm sorry.
shaking. Hey, that's not your fault. I think she must have just ripped out of her mouth because the tension was there the whole time.
It was not hooked real good
Yeah,
when we brought it up the first time.
yeah. Well,
Okay, well,
let's try it again.
try it again.
Okay.
I think I got him now! Herman, holy Moses!
It's Rick's turn now, and of course you can tell he never gets excited. And it won't be any easy task to land one of these big halibut on light tackle either, so don't go away. There's more.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
Later that same day, Rick is just about ready to land his possible record halibut. Rick's using very light line on freshwater bass fishing tackle and really has his hands full in fighting this big fish. He only needs to top 34 pounds to set a world record in the 8-pound test line class, and it certainly looks like he has a good chance.
Big.
Yeah, come and color right here. You want to see it, Sandy?
Yeah.
Come on up right now.
Ooh, you have a good chance at it. Real good chance.
Okay,
I
looking
think
good,
you
Rick.
got it. I
Okay,
think you got it, Rick.
put the weight better closer to your...
Hang on a second, it's gonna want to
Okay,
sound again.
there she goes.
That's scary.
It wouldn't open his mouth.
Wouldn't open his mouth,
That's
yeah.
real
Couldn't
unusual.
get it in there.
Normally, the
I
minute
got so nervous when you had that in his
Yeah.
mouth sideways.
they,
Don't pull, because my hook's on the top side of him.
yeah, minute they normally hit the top of the water, the mouth just opens.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
But the fish is about right at it. What'd you say?
It's real close. I mean,
Real close.
it's going to certainly be a worth trip in.
Yeah, I think so.
Open your mouth. Boy, it just will not open her mouth. There you go. You got her.
Come on, sweetie.
Woohoo!
I think we have it.
All
right, Rick.
Good job.
It turned out to be a good catch, all right, but Rick's fish was just a few ounces shy of being a new line class record. Like Sandy, he'll just have to say, maybe next time. The terminal tackle used to fight these big fish includes stout 3/0 hooks with the points checked to be sure they are keenly sharpened. The hooks are tied onto the line with a Palomar or similar knot. The Palomar knot is tied by doubling about 4 inches of line and passing the loop through the hook eye. Tie an overhand knot in the doubled line. Avoid twisting the lines and don't tighten the knot. Pull the loop of the line far enough to pass it over the hook. Then pull both the tag in and standing line to tighten the knot. Tied correctly, the Palomar knot will give you 100% line strength. Also popular are the circle hooks, developed by Japanese commercial fishermen. They're great for hooking halibut, but difficult to remove after the catch. Frozen herring are the best baits to use for the giant halibut. Insert the hook just behind the head, push it all the way through, and back into the midsection of the bait. This will hold it securely. We even added some fish-attracting scent to improve our odds in luring some of these big flatfish. We're using a 10-ounce ball weight to get the bait to the bottom in about 90 feet of water. The weight needed can vary depending on the strength of the currents. We'll be drifting over a rocky ledge where the halibut have moved in for feeding. Let the line down to the bottom, reel up a foot or so, and let the bait drift. With a little bit of luck, we'll only have the herring in the water for a few seconds before a big halibut moves in for the kill.
There it is. Pretty shallow hole here. Oh!
Stay tuned for more halibut fishing in Southeast Alaska on the Outdoor News Network.
This fish could go well over 100 pounds. Good old Southeast Alaskan halibut.
You aren't having any fun, are you, Sean?
Oh, boy. How long have I been working him?
This one here has been going now for 28 minutes. We could do a 30-minute show just for this fish here. Run overtime.
I had one last year that went 98 pounds. I think this one's going to top that. This is an amazing place you have here at Admiralty Island. He's gone again. Look at that.
There he goes.
I think he's going to run around Admiralty Island and back.
While Sean's got one that may be too big to handle, another fisherman's got the same problem, only he's able to hop along and drag the fish onto the beach. I don't think Sean's going to have it quite that easy.
We've got a 200-pounder.
Whoa!
He's a big one.
Good tension on that. Don't let it on.
You got him. You got him. Look at that. Holy cow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, get this up here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's ours now.
Hold it. Oh, you can come up. Okay, lift your glue on. Good.
Boy, what a fish, huh? That's a big fish.
Okay, lift your glue.
Okay, it's all right, baby. Hey,
Fish.
not bad for 30 pound, huh?
Not bad.
Hey, you got to come up to Admiralty Island in Southeast Alaska. It's a spot for some great halibut fishing.
There's a little one down there. That one's only 150 pounds.
I had two over 100 pounds today. This one might go 180 to 200.
Look at the tail.
Let's get this puppy home and weigh him up.
You bet. Good job, guys. I got a great crew. Hey, give me 5, guys. Woo!
Back at Admiralty Inn, it wasn't even realized at the time, but Sean's fish was a potential world record. After taking measurements, it was determined that the fish was well over 200 pounds. In fact, weighed a day later, it tipped the scales to a whopping 248 pounds. And that was big enough to make Sean happy. Fishing is for all ages. You're never too old, you're never too young. It's a chance to develop communications and relationships between adults and youngsters. We've got the theme song of Berkeley's Future Fisherman Foundation, written and sung by Dale Minton, which emphasizes the importance of passing it on.
There's your fish, Kayla. I'm gonna take it home. Then drop it in ours.
I remember worn out sneakers, scruffy haircut, patched up trousers. Oh, I remember growing up that way and sitting in a floating castle, cane poles and angleworms. catching sunfish in a quiet bay. Oh, I remember noisy oarlocks, grub worms in old sunglasses, and one candy bar that we both shared. Never saying a word for hours, but feeling more than words could say. And both of us so happy to be there. Just me and a friend I used to call my old man. So pass it on. I'm never gonna fish alone. Pass it on. I'm fishing with the ones I love. Pass it on. I'm never gonna fish alone. I learned that growing up with my dad. And I remember catching bullheads and trying to keep my fear from showing, while praying that they'd get off on their own. But with my luck they were on forever, until a strong hand saved the day. Oh, I was glad I wasn't all alone. And we'd go moving on down the highway, pulling our fishing boat, taking time out for a hamburger, and then back on the road. It was our only time together, but what a time we had. Oh, I was proud to be just fishing with my dad. So pass it on. I'm never gonna fish alone. Pass it on. I'm fishing with the ones I love. Pass it on. And don't ever fish alone. I learned that growing up with my dad. Now today I see those worn out sneakers, scruffy haircut, patched up trousers, and I remember growing up that way, and sitting in a floating castle, cane poles and angleworms, and catching sunfish in the same old bay. Just me and a friend I call my son. So pass it on.
I love you, Dad.
But fishing isn't all there is to do at Admiralty Island, and Dale is always ready to show you some other sights, like numerous glaciers where he can fly you in for a breathtaking view of these great natural wonders. On the island, you'll also be able to see the largest population of the Alaskan brown bear in the state. They are magnificent animals, as we caught up with these critters at Pack Creek. And if you're fortunate, you might meet up with Stan Price, who spent nearly a half a century on this island. Known as the man who walks with bears, Stan knows several generations of these brown bears and has a name for each one. They, in turn, respect him. But visitors, beware. These are wild and dangerous animals, so be cautious. When it gets to be dinner time, these bears can't just send out for pizza, you know. They have to work for their meals. And that's where the salmon come in. After being at sea for 4 years, the migrating salmon enter the streams and rivers for spawning and to complete their life cycle. These humpback salmon, fresh out of the ocean, are still full of vim and vigor. In fact, they're just plain fast. A lot quicker, it seems, than a 400-pound bear. It can be pretty amusing watching these fellas try to wrap up a quick fish dinner. Well, this guy's having some tough luck. As a matter of fact, it looks like he'll be telling the story about the one that got away. What a great way to spend your days, as Stan Price does. Full of adventure, but yet quiet, beautiful, and about as close to your dreams as you could ever hope to get. This is really the life. It's always difficult to leave a place as beautiful and adventuresome as our 49th state, Alaska. But this trip brought us all that we had hoped for, and some memories that we'll carry with us for a long time to come. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with tips on outdoor living, ideas to make your next visit to the wilderness a lot more fun. Time now for Newsline, where you get a chance to learn from the experts. We have tips on fishing, hunting, and outdoor living each week. Here's a tip from Winchester Ammunition to improve your shotgunning success, especially if you get an incoming shot on Canadian geese like these. Winchester sales rep Denny Vopat is on hand at the Sporting Clays Range at Rahaga's Hunting Club in Corona, California, where Olympic trap shooting medalist Dan Carlisle is about to offer some tips on the incoming shot for waterfowl or upland game birds.
Bird's going to be coming from past the hill here. It's going to be coming pretty much right at us. We're going to view one so we'll know basically where to hold the gun and where to get started, okay? Pull! Comes right over. Good. All right, now what I want to do is hold the gun pretty much under that level from where you first seen it coming over the hill. Okay. That means the bird has to pass the gun first, okay? And if you do that, you'll always come from behind it. So when coming from behind it, your success, when you get through it, you'll always get the break. Okay, so we're going to hold the gun dead level. Good. As the bird comes across, you start underneath. Go ahead and mount underneath. Come up through it. Boom, and follow through. Okay? We need that little bit of follow through. As soon as you break daylight on the target, that's when you want to shoot it.
Okay.
Okay, let's try a couple.
Pull! Pull!
All right, good shoot.
Thank you.
Look good. You feel like you saw the bird real clear?
Felt real good. Felt real good.
Coming
yeah.
through, your follow through looked good too.
Well, I got used to it after the second shot, and
Yeah.
it did a lot better then.
Okay, when you pass the target, do you feel like you couldn't see it anymore at that precise
Yeah.
second? That's when you make the shot. That's the only shot like it, is an incoming shot, so you have to cover up the target. So it's kind of tricky right there at that millisecond.
Thanks, Dan, for that shotgunning tip from Winchester. And we'll see you again next week for another tip for hunting success. Time now for a tip from Ziploc. An idea that might make your next fishing trip a lot more carefree and a lot more fun. Whenever I go on the water, especially the corrosive salt water of the ocean, I always take along a few Ziploc storage bags for my jewelry and money and anything else I don't want to see get wet. You just never know when a wave is going to come crashing overboard. Plus, the salty air can ruin things without you even knowing it's happening. Keep your most fragile items in smaller, separate bags to prevent damage. This weekly tip comes from Ziploc to help you enjoy the time you spend in the outdoors. The Outdoor News Network is brought to you by Ranger Bass Boat, Winchester Ammunition, Dolphin Hydrofoil, Coachman Recreational Vehicles, Ziploc Storage Bags, Boston Whaler Boats, Dodge Trucks, Yakima Bait Company, Heritage Log Homes, and Swarovski Optic.